You believe you live in a universe of dead, physical matter. You believe that reality is made of solid objects, unbreakable rules, and fixed circumstances. You believe that your life is largely dictated by external forces, the economy, your genetics, your upbringing, and pure, random luck. You look at the world and see a machine that you are trapped inside, forced to react to whatever happens to you. But what if this entire perception is an illusion? What if the physical world is not the foundation of reality, but merely the final, densest output of a much deeper, hidden code? What if the universe is not made of matter, but of mind? Over a century ago, a mysterious, anonymous book was published in 1908. It was written by 3 unknown initiates who claimed to be passing down the secret teachings of an ancient Egyptian and Greek brotherhood of Hermetic philosophers. The book was called the Kybalion. For decades, the Kybalion was whispered about in secret societies, occult circles, and among the intellectual elite. But do not let the word occult fool you. This is not a book about casting spells or believing in fairy tales. This is a manual of ancient psychological technology. It is the source code of human consciousness. The Hermetic masters did not hide this knowledge because it was magical, they hid it because it was dangerous. They knew that if you give a person the power to alter their own reality, but they have not mastered their own mind, they will destroy themselves. Today, we are going to decode the Kybalion. We will strip away the mystical jargon and reveal the 7 Hermetic Principles for what they truly are, the unbreakable laws of physics, psychology, and human behavior. We will learn how to perform mental transmutation. The ancient art of alchemy that has nothing to do with turning lead into gold, and everything to do with turning fear into power, chaos into order, and mediocrity into mastery. Listen closely. We are about to rewrite the operating system of your reality. The foundation of all Hermetic philosophy, the first and most important of the 7 principles, is the principle of mentalism. The Kybalion states, the all is mind, the universe is mental. In modern terms, this means that the underlying reality of the universe is not physical matter, but consciousness. Everything you see around you, buildings, technology, money, societies, began first as a thought in a human mind. The physical world is just the crystallized output of mental energy. But this principle is not just about the cosmos, it is about your immediate, personal reality. Your life is a direct reflection of your dominant mental state. If your mind is chaotic, your life will be chaotic. If your mind is disciplined, your life will be ordered. Most people try to change their external circumstances to feel better internally. The Hermeticist does the exact opposite. They know that by changing their internal mental state, the external circumstances must eventually rearrange themselves to match it. This is not manifestation fluff, this is cognitive and behavioral reality. When you change your mental framework, you change your perception, your decisions, your actions, and ultimately, your destiny. You become the architect of your reality, rather than its victim. Once you understand that the universe is mental, you must understand how to navigate its structure. This brings us to the second principle, the principle of correspondence. The Kybalion states, as above, so below, as below, so above. This is the principle of fractals. It means that the same patterns, laws, and dynamics that govern the massive, macrocosmic universe also govern the tiny, microcosmic details of your daily life. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. If your bedroom is chaotic, your mind is chaotic. If you cannot manage your own emotions, you cannot manage a team. If you do not understand the dynamics of a single cell in your body, you cannot understand the biology of the whole organism. The Hermetic masters used this principle as a diagnostic tool. When they were faced with a massive, unsolvable problem in their lives, the above, they didn't stare at the massive problem. They looked at the micro level, the below. They looked at their daily habits, their immediate relationships, their physical health. They knew that by fixing the micro, the macro would naturally align. If you want to change your life, do not try to conquer the entire world. Conquer your immediate environment. Master the small, and the large will reveal its secrets. But how does this mental, fractal universe actually move? How does it operate? This brings us to the third and fourth principles, which must be understood together, the principle of vibration and the principle of polarity. The Kybalion states, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Modern quantum physics has finally caught up to this ancient truth. At the subatomic level, there is no solid matter. Everything is just energy vibrating at different frequencies. Your thoughts, your emotions, your physical body, they are all just energy vibrating at specific rates. This leads directly to the principle of polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. This is the most practical, life-changing concept in the entire book. It means that opposites are not actually different things, they are the exact same thing, just varying in intensity. Heat and cold are not two different things, they are both just temperature. A boiling pot of water and a block of ice are the same substance, just vibrating at different degrees. Light and dark are the same thing, illumination. Loud and soft are the same thing, sound. And here is the ultimate psychological hack, love and hate are the same thing. Courage and fear are the same thing. They are just emotional vibrations on the exact same spectrum. Most people try to fight their negative emotions. They try to destroy their fear. They try to eradicate their hate. The Kybalion tells you this is impossible, because you cannot destroy a thing, you can only transmute it. Because fear and courage are on the same pole, you do not fight the fear. You simply slide your mental vibration up the pole toward courage. You do not try to destroy the cold. You simply introduce heat. This is the secret of mental transmutation. When you feel a negative emotion, anger, sadness, anxiety, you do not suppress it. You acknowledge it, and then you consciously polarize your mind to its exact opposite on the same spectrum. You change the vibration. You realize that the energy you are using to feel fear is the exact same energy you can use to feel excitement. You just change the frequency. But as you master your vibrations, you will run into a trap. You will experience the fifth principle, the principle of rhythm. The Kybalion states, everything flows, out and in, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall. This is the law of the pendulum. The universe operates in cycles. The tide goes out, the tide comes in. The economy booms, the economy crashes. You have days of high energy and motivation, followed by days of lethargy and depression. The pendulum swings to the right, and it must swing to the left. Most people are destroyed by the principle of rhythm. When the pendulum swings into a period of depression, failure, or low energy, they panic. They think they have lost their edge. They make terrible decisions because they are reacting to the downward swing of the pendulum. The Hermetic Masters discovered a way to escape this trap. They call it the art of neutralization. You cannot stop the pendulum from swinging. The rhythm of the universe is unbreakable. But you can refuse to let the pendulum carry you with it. How? By polarizing yourself at the highest possible frequency, and then mentally slipping up to a higher plane of consciousness. Imagine the pendulum swinging back and forth. Now imagine you are not standing on the pendulum, but standing above it. You can still see it moving, but it can no longer knock you over. When the downward swing of rhythm hits you, when you feel the depression or the setback coming, you do not fight it. You detach. You observe it. You say, I recognize the rhythm, but I refuse to participate in the emotional swing. You maintain your mental equilibrium. You let the pendulum swing beneath you, while you remain anchored in your higher consciousness. You become the master of your moods, rather than their slave. Once you have mastered your internal rhythm, you must master your external actions. This brings us to the sixth principle, the principle of cause and effect. The Kybalion states, every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause, everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. There is no such thing as luck. There is no such thing as a coincidence. There is no such thing as a random accident. The word chance is just a placeholder that the ignorant use when they are too blind to see the hidden machinery of cause and effect. Every single outcome in your life is the direct result of a preceding cause. If you are broke, it is not bad luck, it is the effect of your past financial causes. If you are lonely, it is not bad luck, it is the effect of your past social causes. Most people are effects. They are the pawns on the chessboard of life. They are moved around by the environment, by the desires of others, by the news, by their own unmastered emotions. They are leaves blowing in the wind. The Hermeticist refuses to be a pawn. They decide to become a cause. They realize that while they cannot change the laws of the game, they can change how they play. They step up to a higher plane of causation. They become the player moving the pieces. They take radical, absolute responsibility for every single thing that happens to them. They know that if they want a different effect in the future, they must introduce a new cause in the present. They stop blaming the world, and they start engineering their destiny. Finally, we arrive at the seventh and most subtle principle, the principle of gender. The Kybalion states, gender is in everything, everything has its masculine and feminine principles, gender manifests on all planes. This is not about physical biology, this is about psychological energy. In Hermetic philosophy, the masculine principle represents the active, directing, conscious will. It is the projector. The feminine principle represents the receptive, generative, subconscious mind. It is the incubator. Every human being possesses both of these energies. The conscious mind, masculine, sets the goal, gives the directive, and imagines the outcome. But it is the subconscious mind, feminine, that actually does the work. It takes the seed planted by the conscious mind and incubates it, growing it into reality. Most people fail because their masculine and feminine principles are out of alignment. Their conscious mind says, I want to be wealthy, but their subconscious mind, their deep, hidden beliefs and emotions, says, money is evil, and I am unworthy. The feminine principle rejects the seed of the masculine principle, and nothing is generated. To achieve mastery, you must unite these two forces within yourself. You must train your conscious mind to be fiercely disciplined, focused, and clear in its vision. And you must purify your subconscious mind through repetition, emotion, and deep belief, so that it eagerly accepts and generates that vision. When your conscious will and your subconscious generation are perfectly aligned, you become an unstoppable force of creation. As we conclude this deep exploration of the Kybalion, it is vital to understand the ultimate goal of all this knowledge. The Hermetic masters did not study these 7 laws just to understand the universe. They studied them to perform the ultimate magic, mental transmutation. True alchemy was never about putting metals in a cauldron and hoping they turn to gold. That was a metaphor, a veil to hide the real work from the ignorant. The real alchemy happens in the laboratory of the mind. Mental transmutation is the art of changing your own mental vibrations. It is the ability to look at a situation filled with fear and consciously polarize your mind to courage. It is the ability to feel the downward swing of the rhythm and detach into higher consciousness. It is the ability to stop being an effect of your environment and become the cause of your reality. You are not a victim of a cold, dead, physical universe. You are a mental being operating within a mental universe. You have the power to change your frequency, to align your inner and outer worlds, and to engineer your life with the precision of a master architect. But remember the warning of the initiates: this knowledge is a tool of immense power. If you use it while your ego is unchecked, if you use it while you are still a slave to your base desires, you will only build a more comfortable prison for yourself. The goal of the Hermetic Master is not just to gain power, but to gain wisdom. Thank you for joining this journey into the hidden source code of reality. If this ancient psychological technology resonates with you, if it challenges you to stop reacting to the world and start mastering your own mind, share it with someone who needs to wake up. Remember, reality is not something that happens to you. It is something you create. Go forth, study the laws, transmute your mind, and engineer the reality you deserve.